Convert fractions to decimals. We took a fraction, it doesn't matter really which one, any one, and we wrote this down, 2/3. The fraction bar, which would be this right here, represents division. So to convert a fraction to a decimal, we divide. And to help with this, we're going to use long division. When you're doing your homework, you can check with a calculator to make sure your answer is right. If a decimal repeats, we're going to use what we call a repeating bar. So if we had something like 0.3333, so on, this would equal 0.3 with a bar over the top of the 3. So let's take a look at our two examples now. We need to convert to a decimal 7/32. So this is the way that I think about this. We're going to tip it over to the right because we work left to right. And that means that the 32 goes on the left-hand side of the bar and the 7 is going to go on the other side of the bar. I want to put my decimal in place so that I have my numbers and my decimal in the right place when I get to my answer. Now, we know that 32 will not go into 7, so I'm going to just put in some placeholders of 0. It doesn't change the value of my number, they're just placeholders. So now what I'm looking at is 32 going into 70. Well, 70 divided by 2 would be 35, so I think that 32 should be able to go into 70 2 times. So now I have 2 times 2, which would be 4, and 2 times 3 would be 6. So do my subtraction. I might need to borrow here. 10 minus 4 would be 6. And bring down my placeholder of a 0. 32 will go into 60. It's not going to go into 2 times because we saw that 2 times 32 was 64, but it will go 1 time. And let's see, I need to borrow again. So 10 minus 2 would be 8, and 5 minus 3 would be 2. Bring down another placeholder. So 32 into 280. Well, I'm just going to kind of guess here. I'm thinking maybe 5 times. I could be wrong. 2 times 5 is 10. And 3 times 5 is 15. Plus 1 would be 16. So I'm pretty far off. I'm almost, 280 is almost double this. So I think we're going to go a little bit higher. So I'm going to try, I think I'm going to try 8. So 2 times 8 is 16. 3 times 8 is 24, plus 1 would be 25. Oh, looks like I guessed pretty close. Here, I need to subtract now. So I'm going to borrow 1. 10 minus 6 would be 4. 7 minus 5 would be 2. And we can go out a little bit more, so I'm going to bring down another 0. And we know that 8 times 32 was 256. 240 is smaller than that, so I'm going to go 1 less than 8. So we'll try 7. 2 times 7 is 14. 3 times 7 is 21 plus 1, which would give me 22. And then I'm going to borrow here. We get 6, and we're going to have a remainder of 16. We wanted this to go out to the hundredths place. We want our answer in the hundredths. And so whenever we want an answer to a specific decimal place, you need to go out at least one more place than that. So here's my hundredths. So I really needed to go out to here. We went out an extra one, but this is the one that's actually important here. So now if I put my answer in hundredths, we're going to have 0.2. 8 is larger than 5, so I need to round up. So that's going to be 0.22. Now let's look at our second example. Again, I'm going to tip this to the right. So my 99 is going to go on the left side of my bar, my 32 on the other. Put my decimal in place and put in some zeros for placeholders. This one here, we want our answer to go to the tens place. So it means I need to go out at least 2 places out to the hundreds to get the right answer. 99 is not going to go into 32, so we're going to have to try the next number of 320. And 99 is really close to 100, so I'm going to think that that's going to go 3 times. So 3 times 9 would be 27. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 2 would be 29. Now it looks like I need to do some borrowing here. So 10 minus 7 is 3. 11 minus 9 is going to be 2. So I have 230 when I bring down my next zero. And again, 99 is so close to 100, we're going to say that that's going to go in like 2 times. So 2 times 99 is going to give me, 2 times 9 is 18. Carry my 1. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 would be 19. And let's see, going to need to do some borrowing. So 10 minus 8 is 2. 12 minus 9 would be 3. Okay, 99 will not go into 32, so it looks like we're good. We want the tens place, so that means we're here. We did go out 1 more. So then my answer for this one is going to be 0.3.